The absurd, the obsessed, the obscure. Follow us if you dare as we open the files at My Weird Space. We've got ladies showing us what might be considered their best angle. Crazy uni kids who should be concentrating on their studies. And yes, you've seen this shape before, trust us. It was a boisterous mix of whimsy, colour, fantasy and sometimes even fear that filled the streets of Mexico City when thousands turned out to watch the annual parade of Mexican folk art sculptures, known as alibres. Alibres are traditional Mexican handcrafts made of cardboard and wire, being painted with time-honoured Mexican bright colours. Oh, please make him go past me. If he stops and peers at me with those creepy eyes, I won't be responsible for my actions. The extremely popular creations were originally crafted by a famous Mexican artist who apparently had an incredible dream of being in a forest full of these scary and exotic creatures. I wonder what he ate before he went to bed. Yikes! I don't like to be disrespectful, but how people can find these frightening creations entertaining is beyond me. At a rundown building in Guinea's capital Conakry, this ballet troupe is having its last rehearsal before they go on stage at the country's national theatre. It will be their first show at the venue in over 6 years, and the group wants it to be different to anything they've done before, with lots of modern and traditional African influences. These dancers are not paid a salary. They are paid from the money made by ticket sales only. Gee, you'd really want to put your all into the performance then, wouldn't you? And sure hope the audience will go home and tell their friends to come along the next night. The ballet troupe used to be the country's national ballet company and was heavily sponsored by the state in the 1960s, but has since declined due to lack of support. Thankfully though, it looks as if dance now faces a happier future, as tonight's performance has shown that Guineans truly still love their ballet. Ah, I do love an orchestra. But what on earth is going on here? Oh yes, quickly, I do agree, shoot those wretched infidels. I don't know if it's the cleaning staff demanding their day of glory. Or the psychiatric hospitals had a breakout. Possibly both. Ooh, lovely. This is just what we need after the stress of that last story. Japanese scientists have unveiled a newly devised robot that performs facial massages in the hope that it will be of assistance to those with jaw disorders. Two teams, one of scientists and one of dentists, jointly unveiled the robot, which has 2 robotic arms, equipped with soft plungers that can not only move in 6 directions, but autonomously calculates future massage patterns suitable for the patient. I wish my monsieur could do all that. Though there is a small drawback, we're told that more research is needed to determine if the robot is completely safe. Until then, an automatic device immediately cuts off power to the robot's arm once too much force is applied. I'm sticking to the human variety. 10 finalists in Japan's best-looking bottom contest strutted their stuff in Tokyo recently, vying for the title of the nation's most attractive bottom queen. Can you say that? Okay, I guess you can. The finalists who posed and danced on stage in their underwear were selected out of more than 100 surprisingly eager contestants. The women had entered the contest by submitting photos of their underwear-clad backsides to the garment maker, Triumph International, who was responsible for whittling down the 100 to the 10 required for the final. I don't like to boast, but I think I could have handled that job very nicely, thank you. And the lucky winner is... the 18-year-old student who was eventually crowned Japan's best bottom queen said many people in the world think Japanese people's buttocks are sagging or very small compared to other nationalities. She now wants to shake off that image. And yes, young lady, might I say, so far you're doing a very good job. Goodness me, even more beautiful women to look at. My job just keeps getting better and better. What was that? No, you must be kidding. Well, it seems it's true, loyal viewers of My Weird Space. These gorgeous women are in reality all gorgeous men. They are amazing. I can't seem to get my head around it. Gee, be careful there, ma'am. I mean, sir, those shoulders of yours are being pushed so far back you're about to put your back out. The contestants said that the Philippines Transvestite Beauty Pageant is a stage where they can enjoy flaunting their femininity to the full. Yeah, we've seen it all before. We were hoping for something new. And there it is, the moment of glory. Amazingly enough, the ladies tell us that they endure disapproving looks and snide remarks on the streets of Manila. Please, someone tell me, how could anyone tell? China's Great Wall was not just a popular tourist spot recently, but was of all things used as a glittering catwalk. As 80 models from all over the world flew in to walk down one of the world's new 7 wonders. With a 2,500-year-old Great Wall, 88 glamorous Fendi couture gowns and China's glitterati, it was certainly an evening to remember.
Like I couldn't be anywhere else in the world. Paris, London, but no, I have to be here in China. Oh, darling, isn't this just wonderful?
It was the first encounter with China for most of the international models, but while many were blown away by the remarkable catwalk, others said they were less than impressed by the Chinese street fashion. Well, it might be alright for some.
Oh, we're exhausted. Enough already. This is one long bridge and our shoes are killing us. Let us off here.
Now, you may be thinking this is just your everyday, run-of-the-mill doggy running around with a stick in her mouth, but indeed, if that be the case, you're mistaken. Meet Tiffany, the telepathic terrier. Try saying that 3 times fast. Now meet Nigel the Nutter, who's trying to prove that Tiffany is in fact telepathic. Telepathy is the supposed communication directly from one person's mind to another's without speech, writing or signs. Well, seeing as old Tiff can't speak, write or make signs, they could be onto something. With this seeming to be an episode full of introductions, I guess I should keep them coming. Meet Barbara, the burgeoning black-eyed boxer. Barbara is ecstatic over having just won an enviable women's boxing title and is now trying to decide how she'll celebrate. Something tells me it won't be a big night out on the town with Paris and Brittany. But then again, you know, that elderly looking man in the ring with Barbara is actually her husband. It's true, trust me. I think I would age prematurely too if I were married to such a strong girl who seems to enjoy violence. Now viewers, you don't have to worry, your screen is not actually on fire. That's just the amazing special effect we've used to emphasise the excitement and danger of, wait for it, cage fighting! Okay, so to you and me it may not look that exciting, but believe us, it is to millions of people around the world. Well, that's what we've been told anyway. Don't you think it's strange that these guys always seem to look like each other? Hey, not fair. Even I know you don't hit a man on his way down. Actually, I have no idea how I know that fact. Hey, I might have been a cage fighter in a previous life. Well, with these guys having names like the Beast, the Enforcer and the Machine, there's always a possibility as I'm a bit of a tough guy. I know, who am I kidding? Here we have a somewhat softer approach to people bashing each other's heads in. It's hundreds of both French and Dutch-speaking Belgian university students exchanging blows in an organised giant pillow fight. Well, I guess we've seen worse behaviour from university students. Apparently, it was organised to ridicule regional and linguistic rivalries that have stalled the formation of a new Belgian government. Is it just me, or are you a little confused too as to who is actually who? At the end of the day, the fighters of both speaking communities reconciled around a campfire whilst enjoying a tipple and a barbecue. Let's hope the negotiations with the Belgian government will end the same way. The Wiener Schnitzel, while named after the Austrian capital Vienna, is actually a staple part of many German diets. The lucky things! The traditional schnitzel is a thin, breaded piece of veal fried in a skillet. But for those who can't be bothered to make a traditional one, a German firm has now invented a schnitzel you can cook in a toaster. The creators of the schnitzels are adamant they don't ooze grease or burn when you put them in the toaster. But how exactly that works will remain a company secret. Sounds mighty suspicious to me. They also say it's very delicious and will suit everyone who wants to eat tasty, healthy food quickly. Come now, sir, did you really say healthy? Yes, I do admit you would have to make it look extra appealing for me to try one, though something tells me you wouldn't have to go to all that trouble for the kids. Many kind people in this world worry about the plight of the poor, and some even actually act on that concern. But to build a giant toilet to bring attention to the fact that 40% of the world's population live without one, well, that is truly amazing. A group of South Korean sanitation activists sanitation activists? Yeah, okay, I can live with that. Are making the launch of their Global Toilet Association by lifting the lid on this lavish lavatory-shaped home situated south of Seoul. The association aims to raise funds to help provide clean sanitation to the more than 2 billion people who live without toilets. When the home is finished, visitors will be asked to donate either $1 for a quick visit, or for a larger donation, they could even stay overnight. Hopefully it will be another example of make 'em big and they will come. Soon, smokers in Japan will no longer be able to buy cigarettes from vending machines without an ID card that states that they are adults. The new scheme aims to make it harder for minors to buy tobacco. Concern is rising due to a recent survey showing 13% of boys and 4% of girls in the third year of high school smoke every day. All of Japan's 570,000 cigarette vending machines will require the smart card called a TASPO, a blend of the words tobacco, access and passport, issued only to those people who are at least 20, that being the legal age to smoke. Strange though that the smoker's photo is required to be on the card when the machines cannot actually read images and therefore won't be able to tell if the purchaser is legitimate. What?
Whoever decided to put unnecessary photos on ID cards, please report to the front office. There's a pink slip here for you.
Hong Kong may have now found a solution to both the space and environmental problems associated with burials and cremations. It's coffins made of recycled paper.
Oh, I don't think it looks too bad. It seems strong. Yes, that would do me any old day.
The recent exhibition prompted a more environment-friendly alternative to the traditional wooden coffins, with the paper coffins not only costing half as much as the wooden ones, but also taking half an hour's less time to burn. I wonder why I'm not getting excited to hear such interesting news. Eco-friendly or no eco-friendly, when it comes to coffins, I don't care what they put me in, as long as I'm totally oblivious to it. The exhibition also had pet caskets on display. Mind you, this one doesn't look like it's made from cardboard. Well, only the best will do when it comes to Fido. I guess another good thing about a cardboard coffin is that it would weigh less than wood. Lift! Here in Australia's tropical north, excitement is building as the preparations take place for the gruelling 3,000-kilometre World Solar Car Challenge. The solar cars from around the world raced into the Australian outback at speeds nearing 100 kilometres per hour, after being told to expect blistering heat and gusting desert winds. I wonder what an extraterrestrial would think if he landed and saw these vehicles. He'd probably think he was still at home. With the race obviously only taking place during daylight hours, the drivers and crew are required to camp out wherever they end up each night. Could be interesting. I wonder if they've heard of those Australian dingoes, goannas and poisonous snakes. How's the claustrophobia going there, pal? With the race record being 29 hours and 11 minutes, they'd better get cracking. The farmer's wife at this Bavarian farm in Germany has seen many calves being born over the years, but even she was surprised at this latest addition. When the calf named Lizzie was born, the veterinarian pulled out not 4, not 5, but 6 legs. The vet can't explain what happened with the defect, except that it possibly was a twin that somehow attached itself. He certainly has never experienced anything like this before. Though Lizzie is definitely a novelty and is bringing a lot of visitors and media attention to the farm, the question now is what role will the new little star play in the future? With the vet saying she won't be able to give birth, thereby not being able to produce milk, the odds are against her. But if the cuteness factor has anything to do with it, I think she's quite safe. Mind you, even I don't think that's her best angle. At first glance, it's unclear what the craftworks decorating this house are made from. But look closely and you'll discover that cranes, dolphins, faces and flowers are all assembled from tiny fish bones. What's that smell? This Russian fisherman-cum-artist says it took him several years to perfect his fish bone art technique, often using the scales for flowers, while the head and rib bones make good stems, legs or birds' wings. Who would have thought? Okay ladies, I'm ready for my next one. I suppose it'll be cat bone art next. Yikes! He says he's not interested in selling his craft, but is happy the local fish museum will soon stage an exhibition of his work, and that so far his biggest fans are his family. Something tells me it might just stay that way. Hopefully with all this licking and loving, I'll be safe for a little while longer. There's a Barbie car, Barbie clothes, Barbie jewellery and Barbie dolls. And now the world's first Barbie-themed store and activity centre has opened its doors in a dream come true for lovers of history's most popular long-legged dolly. It's a place where the girls can have the time of their lives, while the mums can unwind and relax in the centre's tea house, which boasts its own hand-baked selection of Barbie-themed treats. Mind you, I don't think Barbie would partake herself, not if she wants to keep that impossible figure of hers. The Barbie store also offers an activity castle filled with games, costumes and its own catwalk runway. Not to mention the beauty salon, where little girls can get hairstyles, makeup and manicures in an attempt to turn themselves into their favourite Barbie. Pink, pink and more pink. I think I've done a fair job, but I can't take it anymore. I'm off to find where the boys are hanging out. That's all we have this time, but follow us again if you dare when we open the files at My Weird Space.